Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the other semifinal edition of the Mega Man X2 tournament. Tonight's matchup is between perennial favorite LuizMiguel and the upstart Justin Credible. How did we get here into this mess? Justin Credible, actually the 3 seed getting here, but bopped Tiki 77747 of the Magic Carpet Noir's Magic Platform. I don't even know the name of it. We need to get Colonel Fatso in here to say it. Or is it lost? Everybody else knows it but me. Survive that match. It is here to take on the one and only Luiz. Luiz, probably one of the best Mega Man X players we have. Is the top seed No, Trogdor is the top seed. LuizMiguel was 2nd seed coming into the bracket. And has, of course, been winning most of his matches to get here. This match is to reach the final round and take on Trogdor for all of the marbles. Whoever doesn't make it past here will get to play Colonel Fatso for the 3rd place match. Both players are in the race room right now. So in just a few minutes, we'll have a race on our hands. Of course, as I say that, the racers are, in fact, going to the restroom before the race starts, so maybe I wasn't wrong. We'll just pretend that was intentional. Alright, we're handling a couple of last-minute technical difficulties, but while they do that, if you're looking for the tail of the tape, or at least of the stopwatch, Mega Man leaderboards have Justin Credible's PB at a 33-10. LuizMiguel is 2nd on the boards overall, just 5 seconds behind Caleb with the 32-51. This is on the SNES VC leaderboard, not the emulator leaderboard. Once we get Luiz's stream back up and running, we'll get some Mega Man X2 race action to you. So just hang tight. Looks like we do have Luiz's stream back up. Luiz is favored to win, as it would be, but he did get a 36 earlier in this bracket. And of course, Justin Credible did have to basically hang on for dear life against 77747, but he did it. So Luiz is not going to get a free pass here tonight. I won't be surprised if Justin puts a win on the board. And again, as everybody's getting settled in, This being the semifinal match, and with the amount of RNG we have in the game, be it from the sponge, be it from the centipede, be it just from Wolverine Sigma himself if you were watching last night, we're going best 2 out of 3 here. So 1 win will not do it. You'll have a chance to recover from some bad luck. Hopefully you won't have to. Glad to see everybody rolling in just as we're finishing up getting the sound set up. I'll just let everybody know when we're getting started, and we'll have, I guess, 25 seconds from there. Okay, everybody has readied up. So once RaceBot counts down the last 5 seconds, once Twitch catches up, we'll have a race on our hands. Looking at it again, forgetting that Louise is an R-dasher. Don't know what button Justin uses. All right, Justin's stream just a little bit ahead. I'm sure Fees will be syncing that up for us briefly. There it is. There goes Green Biker Dude. And so here we go. I'm sure everyone's familiar with this intro stage by now. If not, there's really not much going on here. Just get through those gates and try not to get caught up on... It's not like an in-game... In the game world, I'm sure that's a conveyor belt for the assembly line. Making this climb, making sure there's not a lot of lag. Louise's movement just a little bit cleaner as he gets to the door. It looks like 1 second ahead of Justin. 1 second leads, of course, in this game, especially at this point, basically meaningless. Giant robot of the abandoned factory. Looks like Louise might have missed a shot in there somewhere. Justin taking about a half-second lead. He got that 1 second back right away. Well, at least that's going to be our start. Let's see if Justin can hang on to this lead. Justin wanted to point out yesterday they are both on the Rockman 2 cart, not the Mega Man 2 cart. No tech speed differences for whatever it's worth. So before we even get to the sponge, there are a few other things to worry about in this stage. You have to actually get to that sub-tank, make that tough jump. You have to make the climb up the sort of elevator section. Nobody had a problem with it yesterday, though, so hopefully nobody here has it either. Then it's just going to be up to the weather. Louise with a slightly faster climb here. Missed what happened to Louise at the top, but they are once again in sync going through the weather sections here. Looks like they're both seeing a rainy day, so no difference in RNG at least, although Justin's getting some sun. Not a big enough difference to really affect them coming into here. Louise's movement just a little cleaner getting to the gate. So again, just a 1 second lead. That's what you want to see. This is the semifinals. So Sponge, if you're not familiar with the Sponge, you do want to hit with Dash Lemons. That'll do 2 hit points worth of damage. Right around the time he gets down to 10, I think, it's then when you hit him, he could get angry. So you want this climb that Justin's getting and Luiz is not. So Justin's going to gain probably about 8 seconds right here just from this. You can't hurt the Sponge while he's getting angry and dancing. And Luiz lands the final blow there. So let's see when they beam out. Justin enters that animation right about on the changeover to 26. Luiz on 35. So about 9 seconds between the two. 10-second swing in the fight itself. Still lots of RNG up ahead, but it's at least good to see both players getting through the fights cleanly. Yeah, we found out yesterday I'm the weird one that is looking for the teleport, not the hand in the air. There's the 1 second difference there, so don't mind that too much. Good climb from Justin. This is a tight jump you have to do as part of the route here to get the Buster upgrade. Of course, in X2, any percent means 98%. The only thing you're not getting are the 0 parts. Shoryuken's just too strong. So Justin should be doing the buffer jump here. He doesn't do the dash addition. Just gets over those spikes. It looks a lot scarier than it is, but I still get a little excited for it. I'm told what happens is when you get the claw against the wall, it actually resets X's falling speed, and you use that to just make it over. So that's a good heart tank grab from Justin. There are 3 ways of getting up there early. Neither one of them is going to have the mech come their way to help out. Luiz actually clawed all the way up to the ledge. I don't think I've actually seen that before. He was a little surprised by it. You could see him getting ready to jump back. Justin is still moving forward with a purpose. The Gator fight we saw come into play yesterday in the first race. You have about a 3 or 5 frame window. I think it's a 3 frame window to keep the chain combo going on the Gator. If you miss, Gator will dive, and that just takes all sorts of time. So hopefully they both get this. Justin's got Gator backed up against the wall. Finishes the fight nice. Luiz is working on it. Good job from both runners getting through here. No alligator tears will be shed this run. So Justin, let's call that at 07. LuizMiguel, did he gain any time? He's out at 13, so he picked up 3 seconds in that stage. Battle Raven, any percent does not pick up the 0 parts. You're going to see the 3 Maverick Hunters. Oh, wow, they're not the Maverick Hunters. They're the X Hunters. 3 Counter Hunters beam into those stages. You have the opportunity to fight them and actually get Zero's parts back. And if you do that, you don't have to fight Zero at the end of the game. It's really slow to fight those extra bosses, though. So only 100% does that. Fortunately, you don't need to take them out to get the Shoryuken. Alright, Stag third. This is the no longer quite as new route, but still the route for this game. Gets to Speed Burner and just uses it a lot earlier. Picks up the armor so you can use it in Morph Mod stage. But lots of vertical climbing here and less tools to do it with. Both players able to get the initial sub-tank and the heart tank without any trouble. Justin now coming into Stag Hallway. Takes one hit, but doesn't fall from it at least. He's going to take that hit too. Luiz having a little trouble at the top and is falling down a little bit here. Time to the second door for Justin is 50. They're basically one doorway apart. Luiz finishes that stage 1 second faster, but now they still have to deal with the stag. This fight, another Buster fight, so you're still working with Dash Lemons. And obviously, you just want to take him out as fast as you can. This fight is basically worked out at this point, so you don't have to worry about X's own health, but, you know, you do take a lot of damage in it. No deaths in this fight today. And a good fight from both. Right now, we're just waiting around to see when they split. 38 for Justin, 43 for Luiz. Luiz just keeps creeping back. This was a 9-second lead after Sponge. It's down to 5. Cosmic Warrior is on the case. Alright, so Magna Centipede. Hopefully both players will get through here without incident. You do have to collect all these items in the beginning. You do have to worry about killing the chop register in one shot, and otherwise just making sure you don't waste any speed burner ammo. That shouldn't be a problem for these two. LuizMiguel actually moving a little cleaner through these collapsing blocks. So he probably picks up a little time on Justin there. The big thing you're worried about in this stage is the boss itself, though, so really everything up until then is just pure execution. Justin does take down the chop register in one hit. LuizMiguel might have lost frames in that fight, but we won't hold it against him. Both players avoiding all those lights, so these blocks continue to fall down slowly. To be honest, I don't know this mini-boss's name. He dies pretty fast. Justin actually is out of fire. He uses Strike Chain as a backup. Alright, he does have one bar of Speed Burner left. He's using it to get through this last room. And again, I'm actually paying attention when they hit the second door. Justin's there at 29. Luiz, well, will be nice to Justin and call that a 33, but I think that was a 32. Justin is not even going to wait to see what the Centipede does. I don't know if he misread it. Luiz doesn't get the tailspin immediately, does get it on the second go, though. So Luiz, if he executes this, is going to get a little bit of a lead because Justin actually did just get into it. The glitch here basically works where the tail has trouble tracking you when you're holding right against the wall. The game doesn't quite know how to track you. The tail gets kind of stuck trying to track you, and the Centipede just doesn't even move. That said, those explosions look like they were pretty much in sync. So again, RNG striking, giving Luiz the lead back by maybe half a second. And that's Mega Man X2 for you, everybody. Next, the Crystal Snail. I believe Justin yesterday called this everyone's favorite stage in the run. You get a mech, you get a boss skip, you get more armor that reduces weapon energy usage. What's not to like about it? Justin, I'm not sure if that strike chain was... I guess it was, because Luiz also used it. Don't mind me, my time in this game is still above 40, and the record's 32. I just know the route. Both getting through here onto this climb. Luiz does outrun the shot. I don't think Justin tried to outrun the shot. Doesn't matter too much. They're both past the mini-boss. You never want to fight that guy. The game just can't handle loading him through all of the lag generated by Speedburner. Justin not taking out that little crystal on the top. suffering a little more lag for his trouble. So Luiz's lead a little more than half a second at this point. Making the climb back up here to the gate. So against the snail, they're going to be trying for the quick kill here. It's a very exact fight that manipulates the snail to behave in a specific way. So it's going to be a few dashes and the buster shots. It's going to be some mines to knock him out of his shell, and then it's going to be a charge shot. Just check it out. You don't want to get hit by those crystal shots. The snail fires at you, they'll freeze you up. The mine obviously knocking the snail out of his shell, and then that charged version, you can control its movement up and down. And just the way the snail's AI works out, you get that fight. $49 for Luiz. About 53 for Justin. So Justin needs to pick it up. He's at least keeping the pressure on Luiz. That's what you want. Don't give Luiz a buffer to make a mistake in. Of course, if you crash the bike in Overdrive Ostrich's stage, that's going to hurt too. We don't want to see any bikes crashing tonight, though. We didn't see any last night. We want to keep the semifinals bike-friendly. So Justin was pointing it out last night, if you were watching the Colonel Fatso against Trogdor matchup. You don't want to take any damage in the first part of the stage. Your cue to turn the bike around is actually a drop up here. And Luiz is going to be okay. Justin's also going to be just fine. There's a point where if you it's too late to turn around, the bike will reach the back spikes. You are near a checkpoint. The important part is to get that heart tank, but obviously not taking a death against a high-level opponent, really important. So they have the air dash boots, which means, more importantly, they almost have the full suit of armor that will help their weapon energy situation. Some meme beeps from LuizMiguel as they get up here into the Overdrive Ostrich fight. So the trick with this fight, if you remember, I'm trying to remember his name myself, Spark Mandrill from Mega Man X1, you can kind of hit him while he was still stuck in the frozen animation. And the Ostrich here is no different. You want to hit him once more on the ground, and then when he jumps up, when he reaches the peak of that jump, he actually loses his iframes for whatever reason. So the goal is to basically hit him 3 times per quote-unquote cycle and make this fight just as fast as possible that way. Don't let him move. Justin did let the Ostrich get some of the Sonic Slicers up into the air. That cost him a little more time he doesn't even have. I'm getting ready to check for Luiz's time, and he's already out of the stage. If I'm right, that might have only been 3 seconds, though, so that's not too bad. 4 seconds, according to Cosmic Warrior. I'll take that, too. And yes, 7-8 time, this game does have the uppercut, the Shoryuken from Street Fighter. X uses the Fire Edition for whatever it's worth. A little bit of a interesting fall from Luiz. He hit a few platforms. Justin gets the cleaner fall. No problem from either player making the jumps up here to get to that heart tank quickly, though. There is the alternate choice of taking this stage last as a safety. Ooh, Luiz doesn't get this jump up to the sub-tank on the first try. Justin does. Luiz still has a lead. It's just slightly smaller now. As I was saying, you could do Morph-Moth first to come here second and get your sub-tanks filled up. It takes extra time just to fill them up in the first place. At this level, you're hoping to not ever actually need that. but it's an option. All right, let's see how they take on the crab here. The main goal is whenever he gets hit, he tends to jump straight up at you. So you want to get him on top of the wheel. Oh, Justin gets that wheel stuck in the wall. Louise already done with the fight, and actually Justin's not too far behind. Bubbly Krablos, not actually that deep of an AI, the way he just kind of jumps up. Louise is out at 15. Justin is going to get out of here at 20. So still bouncing around in that 3 to 5 second range. That's actually not bad for Justin, that he is keeping it this tight. I mean, he's going to make Louise hit everything. And that's what you want to see. So the other benefit of going Stag third is Louise gets the Shadow X. Doesn't actually do anything, just looks cool. You don't... Anyway, I was saying the benefit here is you don't need to do a neon jump to get up to that heart tank at the start of the Moth stage. You can just use the crystal as intended. So Louise now has the full set of armor, as does Justin. If they want to, they can use a Gravity Crush. Move no longer seen in this speedrun. More importantly, weapon energy usage goes way down with the full set of armor. And since they use Speed Burner a lot in the stage just to cut through all the bugs and move fast, and it happens to also be the boss's weakness, really important they have that now. So there's a little bit of RNG from this guy. Louise gets the small hop. Justin gets the small hop. Jump for jump, these two keeping it pretty tight. Louise getting through the first... I don't know if we can call that a bug hellway or not. Either way, clean movement from both players there. Another short hop from this robot. Justin hoping it doesn't move really much at all. So Louise reaching this back door at 28 on the clock. Justin's gonna get there a little later. Didn't quite see what happened to him that cost him the time. But I guess he lost 5 seconds somewhere in that stage. That seems drastic. So, Morph Moth, not a very difficult foe. Justin also having a very clean fight against the Moth. So when are they getting out of here? 21-13 for Louise. Justin's going to get out 21-23. Somehow this lead grew to 10 seconds in that stage. So the cutscene there, Dr. Kane informing X that those counter hunters showed up and stole Zero's control chip because you wanted to go fast and not save your friend. Oh well, you'll have to fight him later. Meanwhile, Counter Hunter Stage 1. This stage has a lot of weapon usage. Main goal for most of the stage actually here, there are 4 of those Crusher robots. Louise is already through 2 of them. And those walls closing really lag the game, so you never want that to happen. Lots of Silk Shot and Sonic Slicer being used to basically take them out before they get the chance to ruin the runs. There is this little section here that Louise just got through. Those jumps are a little tight if you don't know what's coming up, just because that claw might grab you. Always embarrassing when you jump right into that second claw. Justin getting right over it, since once you come out of the charged Sonic, the Speed Burner, that's the weapon, you can do another air dash. So Violin offers a little more RNG opportunity here. He can raise his arms in triumph and just become invulnerable like that twice in a row if he really wants to. The jumps don't help either since he basically moves out of the way, but otherwise this fight is just stand inside him with the charged... I don't even remember what Bubble Crab's bubble weapon is called, but it just circles you and deals tons of damage to the Mace Man. Yeah. Until he's in chat is saying what I think we're all slowly coming to realize. Luiz needs to make a mistake for Justin to win this race, but at the same time, Justin is keeping up the pressure. I think he actually gained 2 seconds in that stage. Probably in the violin fight itself. If you're looking for a mistake, the elevator climb is coming up here. Bubbles from Luiz, nice. A death here is about 17 seconds, missing the elevator, and yes, that elevator, despite the fact you couldn't see it, was there. Missing this climb would be 20 seconds. Luiz, though, is getting it. So Justin needs to execute here, and it looks like he's going to get it. He's up. Not quite catching when they reach the door. But yeah, you do want to use that charged mine shot to get the 2 cannons taken out, and then go for double hits. If you fire, there's a couple of points I think where if you fire the charged sonic slicer, you can hit twice. Obviously, hitting twice goes faster than hitting once. Luiz had a passable fight. Justin, I think, is having a little trouble getting the setup he wants here. Didn't see all of his fight because I was watching Luiz, but he's not that far back. Sergez is out of the picture for this run. Luiz out of here at 56, 25-56, no, 24-56 to be exact. Justin is getting out. Come on. We'll put him at 07 for 11 seconds back. So Justin's still looking for some time, looking for something to catch up with Luiz besides not getting that ladder. Luiz does miss the first neon here. So this stage is the one that does have the Shoryuken we've been talking about so much. And Luiz is going to go top route, which is dangerous. So the trick with the Shoryuken, for the unaware, you must have all the upgrades, all pieces of armor, all sub-tanks, all heart tanks, and full health when you actually get there. Top path, I think, is slightly faster, but also more dangerous. Bottom path, not that much slower and much safer. I think it's a 1 second difference. Either way, they can high five as they're both in the room, but Luiz is leaving and Justin is entering. So Luiz successfully reaches the door to Agile with full health. The game was so nice, they figure you just got this neat new weapon, let's let you use it right away. The way it works, the first frame you hit an enemy, if they don't have iframes, it does 16 damage. At least I thought it did. That's what I've been told this whole time. That didn't look like 16 damage. After that, on subsequent iframes, it does 8. So Luiz had an adventure there, because if you land on those spikes like Justin did, and Agile is not dead, well, you just landed on spikes. Have fun with that. Mega Man dies instantly if that happens. Justin had the slightly better fight there, Agile cooperating. Really, Agile, more often than not, just eats it rather than dodge at all. So, a little bad luck there for Luiz, costing him. We went from about 11-second lead to an 8-second lead, so it cost him 3 seconds. So Luiz is going to go straight into Centipede here. So the goal here is to use our new trick, the Shoryuken, on all of the Mavericks in the refights. And of course, missing this makes any of these fights much longer. You can have huge time gains either way here. Justin is going to go to what is probably the hardest of these refights first with Wheel Gator, and nails it. The Gator tends to stay low enough you can't actually hit him for 5 straight frames with the Shoryu. So you need to loosen him up a bit first. Luiz going with some of the easier fights first with the Centipede and the Stag. Centipede might not be the easiest of them, but certainly not the hardest. And that's why it's not the easiest. Justin is searching for the button combination to get the Shoryuken to the left. You know, you'll always take a fight where you do eventually land the Shoryukens over a fight where you don't, but Justin is probably wishing he got those fights. Wishing he got it the first time. Bubble is down. Stag's actually easy. The moment the fight starts, just go left. So really at this point, you're just hoping that Sponge doesn't do anything weird. Sponge, one of the last robots that can do bad things to you. Luiz's stream just... I guess we were resyncing there for a moment. Saw a little jump. The explosions are longer than the fights. For those wondering, because the question is out there in chat, and it's answered in chat as well. Yesterday, we had our first semifinal match for this tournament, as Justin, having a little trouble with the crab, does eventually get him. That was scary. He was about to get stomped. Trogdor had 2 comeback wins yesterday against Colonel Fatso. The next to last boss of the game, actually, of all things, both times doing the Colonel in and seeing Trogdor through the finals. Trogdor will have to face the winner of this match. Sponge not being nice to Justin, and he can't get it, so he's going to use his 1 sub-tank. You do need full health to use the Shoryuken, so that's a bit of a critical error there. And a bit of an unfortunate pattern from the Sponge. So Justin, we'll see if he goes to collect some of these small health drops in this room to start refilling his sub-tank. He might be a little tilted there. Not able to get that climb right away. He wants a little health so that he can take some damage in future stages and still be able to recover and use the Shoryuken. It looks like Luiz actually has a second sub-tank with health in reserve, as he's now in the Gator. Nailed it. I think chat's already talking about the Gaia armor of X5 and the Shadow armor of X6. By the way, this armor will let you walk on Spike's armor. The ostrich fight, pretty simple, hopefully. Just jump over him and do that. Unfortunately, no icy hot from Justin. The snail fight is another one that's not quite perfect. And Luiz can't find the trigger. Snail fight is just annoying. Very small window to try and hit him. Justin getting back quite a bit of time in that snail fight. Let's see when Luiz gets out of here. We'll call it 31. I think it was a late 30, though. So time's a wasting on Justin. Justin had a slightly rougher time of the refights. Fortunately for him, got some time back. It looks like it's about a 13-second difference between them. 3 more life meters between these players and a win, although there are some crushing blocks in the way, too. The joke is the barrier attackers at the start of this stage are the true final boss sometimes, but we learned yesterday, Wolverine Sigma, not that much of a chump either. So Luiz is really far in the room. This is not a bro fist. Maybe it is a bro fist. I thought their arms were a little more interlocked at first. So Luiz wants basically 2 Shoryukens right away. 1 to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like Justin is gut punching Zero. So Luis has some sub-tanks, so if bad things happen against Sigma, he can recover a little bit. Justin has very little in the tank. Can probably take a hit, but would rather not. Luis is probably holding on to about that same slightly over 10-second lead. Let's see what Sigma does. That's what you want to see. Colonel Fatso yesterday twice had Sigma run up to him and then release the pink balls. Let's see if RNG favors the one in the lead. Does not, but Justin can't execute on it either. Oh no. He has enough health to recover. It's probably not going to matter at this point. He lands the Shoryuken, so he's at least through the Wolverine before Luis lands the final hit on the virus. Luis coming in with the 33-30. RaceBot thinks it's a 33-32. Justin gave it all he had, but Luis just too strong. That is only match 1, though, of this best of 3, so let's watch Justin finish strong here. Looks like a 33-55. Live split still going. RaceBot knowing it's a 33-56. Justin has his priorities straight, done before final split. So that is round 1. Luis hanging on, overcoming a little bit of early bad RNG, and really a snail refight he's probably still angry about. But it's still enough to take care of Justin in round 1. So Justin now in a bit of a pickle, needs to win 2 races against Brazil's own LuizMiguel, one of the best Mega Man X runners out there. Justin known to pull off upsets before this, though, so you never know. Don't count him out. We're going to have a quick break, I think. We're not going to cut stream or anything. Just let the runners get a breather, and we will move right on to round 2. Just for anyone wondering, yes, race spot between races, what are the race PBs? Not just the normal PBs, but the race PBs. Luis with a 33.19, Justin a 33.31. I want to at least see Justin get that race PB in this race. If not the win itself. All right, looks like both runners have readied up. Race bot counting down from 10. We're ready for round 2. LuizMiguel having taken round 1 just a few minutes ago. Just Incredible needs to win both races to move on to meet Trogdor in the final round from here. Actually, I'm going to refresh the commentary stream myself. Looks like they're still more or less synced up. So one more trip into the abandoned robot factory here. Really, this whole stage is just movement. Don't get caught on platforms. Don't get caught behind the gate. Don't get grabbed by the claw. Somehow LuizMiguel, again, though, picking up that 1 second early on, does have some trouble on the wall as I start saying as much, though. As it's going to be Justin into the gate first this time. Cyclone trying to talk me into quoting Sigma in X4 here with, "Are you ready for round 2?" But here we go. No trouble this time from Luis. Of course, Justin was already ahead by that half second, so no change from the previous race. That's probably the one thing Justin doesn't want to change from the previous race, getting out of here a half second early. So again, into the sponge. I mean, I guess from impartiality standpoint, we're hoping that they both get the same weather. You don't really want to see anybody ever really lose a race because of RNG. Luis does get the double kick there, so I think he gets out just a little bit faster. No deaths on the spikes under the sub-tank this time in round 2. Good climbs. The runner's basically in sync here, although it looks like Justin's getting the sunny side of life. So Luis just slightly ahead here. Neither player interested in safety health, since that would be filling up their sub-tanks. They'll both have about that same most of a sub-tank by the time they get to the end of the game anyway. But both into the sponge. Given the amount of RNG left in the game, that's at the same time. Justin getting a good start to the fight with the climbs. Gets 2 climbs. That might not be good, though. Not sure if he's going to be able to take out the sponge before he gets angry. Ooh, nice! This sync is real. Justin staring down Luiz from across screens. How close are the timers? They look basically even here. Luiz's arm on the screen went up first, but I'm not sure how tight those timers are. They're basically within half a second of each other. That's what you want to see. Whew. I agree, Cyclone. This is basically a tie. I don't even care which way that half seconds goes. Really, you're waiting until the final stages to see just how big these leads actually are. They both have pretty good climbs up here. I think Luiz, this is what we saw in the last race too. Luiz just had slightly better movement that just slowly but surely pulled him just further and further ahead. I think inexorably is a word. I want to use it here, but I'm going to need a dictionary later. You know what I'm going for. Justin, again, just like hits a few extra walls, slows down a little bit more in the falls than Luiz did. And that's really it. Justin is able to make use of the mech this time to damage boost up there, use that strike chain to pull himself a little bit further ahead. So yeah, Justin is working on it. Luiz pulling just slowly further ahead with the better movement. Every now and again, though, he's making a mistake that Justin seems to not be making. So that's keeping Justin in it. But whereas they left the last stage in sync, they're on opposite sides of this door right now. Luiz hitting the far door about 2 seconds ahead of Justin. So again, this is the Gator fight. This is an important fight. The 5-frame windows. Can you keep the Gator above the oil? Blood? I don't know. No disasters here. Gator's down. Cyclone, it's not just both first time, it's both first time. But yeah, that fight, no change from entering the door. Really not surprising given if you execute that fight, it's either you stay in sync or you lose tens of seconds. So again, to everybody asking, is this any percent or 100% or what? This is where Dr. Kane tells you about the 0 parts. You're going to see the X-Hunters beam into the stages here. If you go and you fight one of those counter hunters, you get a 0 part. You need to do that for 100%. But it's slow. So Stag Hallway, probably the next big thing that could cause at least a little bit of a lead, more than a little bit of a lead change. Neither player having trouble getting up to the sub-tank. This climb, I mean, you have to execute it, but there's no difficulty here. The hardest thing to do is what Luiz just did, which is get under there without killing the enemy. Justin sacrificing frames to kill it. Frames he may not have. That's basically where Justin's lead is coming from, because if you figure he saves like 1 frame every 2 seconds, and these stages are minutes long, about the same here, maybe? Luiz at 39 to the door, Justin 42. So again, the stag fight. Just climb the walls with him, hit him with dash lemons as much as you can. And don't get killed. Hard to tell. I think Luis might have had a slightly faster fight. We'll see when they beam out. But I think Luis picked up 1 second in that fight. I see a 27 for Luis. We'll call it a 30 for Justin. It might only be... It's 3 or 4 seconds. As Trogdor just said, though, a spicy pace. So this is good. Justin is keeping this a lot tighter this race than the previous race. Of course, the last race, the problem, I forget which side it was, but the Centipede did not cooperate. And this, I mean, the experts out there can correct me when I'm wrong, but I feel like after Gator, which is less RNG and more execution, this is the biggest RNG swing in the run. You do still need to get through Chop Register. And they make it look easy, but it's not the most trivial of one-hit kills. I think we even saw Trogdor yesterday have to fire a second shot at him at one point. But no trouble here. Spotlights dodged. If you don't know, if you hit those spotlights, everything in this block falling room moves a little faster. If that targeting reticule actually hits you at all, this mini-boss here actually gets a little more powerful, so don't want to see that happen. Top-tier speedruns, you'll never see that, though, so... I think the big question I always have here in this last section that they are speeding through is how do you not get crushed by the blocks? Either way, the Centipede, as we mentioned last time, if he uses a tail attack, either way you can shoot him without him flinching, which is what you want. In fact, you really want this tail spin that Luis got to open the fight. Justin not getting it. Every 2 attacks he's going to move. And Justin just getting impatient and shooting him. And the Centipede just not cooperating. Luis actually looks like let the tail get back to the Centipede, but it was too late for the Centipede. Justin finally getting the pattern he wants. I thought about saying on the last round, I think you can hold left against the left wall. It's not just right against the right wall and you get the same effect. Justin proving my thought correct. By the time I look back to see where Luis is, the screen, he is already beamed out. Password screen goes away at 12, though. So Justin has quite the hole to dig out of here. It looks like he is down 13 seconds right now. That is not going to help his cause. Of course, that is why we are doing a best 2 out of 3, because that RNG can swing races so much. Justin is not out of this yet. There are big swings that can still happen further ahead, but when you're up against someone like LuizMiguel, it seems unlikely. Just like last race, though, Justin is going to try to put as much pressure on Luis as he can. Luis not able to outrun that shot. Not a big deal, though. Justin also skipping the mini-boss here. So pretty good execution so far from both players in the Crystal Snail stage. Justin probably upset with himself for not being able to take out that top enemy again. And like he actually taught me yesterday, if you get hit and you're in iframes, the capsule won't open. Dr. Light doesn't trust Invincible X. So Luis is through that first door at 47. We'll see when Justin gets there, but Luiz is ready to get this quick kill. Justin's going to get through at the minute, 13 seconds behind. So Luiz's setup looks good. He should have this. Good job. Luiz well on his way to winning two matches in a row to sweep this semifinal. Justin, though, has the setup as well. It is just incredible. Luiz, though, out of the room by the time I look back at 37. I just saw a blue blur going off the top of the screen. Justin, get out of here, Justin. Actually looked like a 16-second gap. I didn't think he did the fight any slower. It wouldn't be the first time I've done math wrong, though, for that doorway. I blame less the math in my memory. Anyway, Luiz is on the bike. He didn't take any damage, so he can use the sound cues later on when he gets to the heart tank. The objective of don't crash the bike. There were some weird bike incidents earlier in this tournament, but none for Luiz here. Proudly gets to proclaim he did not crash the bike in his first 2 races today. Justin looks like he's not crashing it either. So good stages from both. So, off to the ostrich fight. No different than last time here. It's just going to be pummel him with crystals. Once to freeze, once again to damage more, and then once again when his iframes run out. Luiz is not showing the bird any mercy. I think he escaped one hit. We saw some Sonic Slicers on the screen. Justin now also done with the fight. Good job from both runners. Luiz actually teleporting out at 16 minutes even. And Luiz off to the crab. Justin beaming out just about at 15. So they are in the same stage, but Luiz hanging on to this, I don't want to say commanding 13-second lead. There's way too much stuff that can still happen. But certainly Luiz where he wants to be. All Justin can do right now is keep up the pressure and wait for Luiz to make a mistake or to... don't even think there's really any insufferable RNG for him at this point. And if it's like last race, Luiz had both sub-tanks going to the Sigma fight as well, so... things looking up for him right now. Justin able to get that sub-tank quickly. Luiz waiting a moment there. One of the advantages of having the lead, I don't know if he knows what his lead is or not, but he's able to just take a step back there and let a shot pass over his head rather than trying to force the issue. So Luiz going to just use the normal fight here. A couple of charge shots, but mostly this normal wheel falling right through the crab for massive damage.
Looks like Justin's going to get the same pattern, though Justin's going to shoot those wheels looking to the left. This one's going to the right. Not a big deal unless the crab actually starts to run away, but as you saw, no chance. 1804, LuizMiguel has left the stage. Justin Credible's going to get out of here at about 18. We'll call it 18 even. So still about that 13, 14 second gap. Now, I don't know if getting the Dark X is what won Luis the last race, but he got it again. It just looks cool. Doesn't do anything for you. Does use some speed burner ammo, honestly. But they have plenty of that thanks... Well, actually, they don't have the full suit until they come down here and get it. Apologies. With that full suit of armor again, X uses less weapon energy with each use of a weapon. Shoutouts to the Giga Crush. Its only appearance in the run. Worth noting there on these slopes here, LuizMiguel's using actually the X1 slope jumps that you really see in Chill Penguin stage and then Never Again. They give you a little extra height. You need to not be dashing when you do that. And that extra height in this case lets you jump high enough to just go straight up one side of the stage. Anyway, good kill of the old robot from Luis. So he's going to start speed burnering through the rest of the stage. This stage really is Speed Burner the stage, the movie, the game, the book, based on the graphic novel. And you just use it to burn through these hallways full of bugs. Justin, unfortunately, taking a hit there, using a mine, which is only bad for all the lag it produced. And that is not going to help Justin's cause. Nothing major, at least. I mean, if you're going to make a mistake, you want to do something that's not going to kill X or otherwise ruin future strats. But Justin certainly needs all of the time he can get. So this fight, again, I believe it's 3 charged burners and 1 normal burner on the larval phase here. Not necessarily, well, in any particular order. Luis already done with his 8th Maverick. And out of here at the 21:02. Justin's actually going to be a bunch of time behind here. Since I see Feasel talking about it a little in chat, really quick before we get to the Counter Hunter stages, to get the Shoryuken later on in the game, you must have all of the collectibles in except the 0 parts. So you must have X's full suit of armor, the 8 heart tanks, and the 4 sub tanks. It takes a lot of time to do that. The TAS actually doesn't do it, but us mere mortals mostly need that Shoryuken to make the rest of our lives easier. So again, now that we are starting Counter Hunter 1 stage, the main feature of this stage are these 4 climbs through the Crusher sections, where that Crusher robot tries to really lag the game on us. I mean, he's trying to crush X and kill him too, but we're more concerned with the lag. Really, nothing too difficult in this stage. It's all movement and make sure you use the right weapon at the right time to take out these robots. It looks like Luis is going to see these walls start to close on him. He's got to be a little careful to make sure he doesn't fall in and get squished, but no trouble. He has time to spare. 22:15. He's at the boss door. Justin's still about to make that climb. He does land the shot. Violin can produce a little RNG here by raising his arms in triumph, which he's doing a few times to poor Luis. He can't be hurt while he does that. But that's going to be it for the Violin show. Luis is through. Let's see how Justin fares. Can he get back a couple of extra seconds here? Well, Violin's going to jump on him instead. I feel like it's when he does the straight jump like that without shooting in the air, it's probably a little better or just as bad as the raised fists. He only does it once. I missed Luiz's beam out time. I want to say 23:05, just based on when I looked over. Either way, certainly more than 10 seconds lead for Luiz. Missing this elevator skip is 20. I don't think his lead is so big that Luiz can miss it and maintain his lead, but certainly he'll still be in very good shape. That is not your eyes playing tricks on you. Luiz did hit a platform that was not visible. It's the sprite doesn't load up for whatever reason, but the object is there. Either way, Luiz did get said elevator skip. Justin trying again to keep up the pressure. Also gets elevator skip. Good. Cyclone, our man with the stopwatch in chat, telling me that was 18.7 seconds. Luiz having a strong opening to this fight. Misses that double hit, but still gets a single hit out of it. Double hit from inside the machine. I never know what to do about that. Luiz landing his last hit of this fight at 21 on the clock. Just incredible. Not even a quarter of the way into his life meter at 31. Justin needs to make a move here. And he is wasting shots. Going for double hits. And it looks like at this point he's given up on the double hit strats and just wants to get through the fight. So it's at about a 32-second lead here. Justin in chat saying he gives up, wants Luiz to get to 32. 32 seconds does sound like a lot, but remember, any hits during the Shoryu rush in the refights can really slow a runner down. So if you're a Luiz fan, that's what if you're not a Luiz fan, that's what you're looking for. Luiz does miss a couple of neons there. And is going to go top route again. This is the more dangerous but slightly quicker route. And Luiz again makes it look easy. Z Fruitbat, I tried to race Luiz in this tournament. It did not end well for me. I think I'm still recovering from the burns. Anyway, Luiz has a Shoryuken. Again, you need all the upgrades. You also need full health when you reach the point where that capsule loads. You might see some racers have to use a sub-tank coming onto that screen. Much like the Street Fighter move of the same name, the Dragon Punch, the Shoryuken is a forward, down, down, forward. Well, X doesn't punch, but you shoot and he uses it. The game's nice enough to give you this boss right here to practice using it against. Agile does not troll Luiz in the second run. Like Cyclone said, no jukes this time. He tried to escape Justin, but did not move far enough. Agile can be a huge troll there. This is the first time in either race I think we're really seeing one player in one stage and the other in the next. Luiz just building this lead. So again with the refights, you just want to land these shots. Luiz needs 2 punches, but the centipede is down. Luiz has enough time if he had to 2-punch every one of these Mavericks, as long as it wasn't something like Gator going underwater, I don't think he would mind. Justin, just like last race, is going to go straight to the Gator, who does need to be softened up a little bit before you land that Shoryuken, and he nails it. that's what you want to see. So the trick with Bubble Crab here in Luiz, if he goes into the bubble, you want to jump over his head to trick him into jumping up in the air. And then you end him. And Cyclone's right. Luiz needs some sort of bad thing to happen to him for Justin to catch up. Be it missing the Gator fight, although I don't even think that will do it. He needs like a multitude of things to happen. Either way, anything that ruins his sub-tank situation would also do it. Sponge going up for Luiz really helps as well. Don't have to worry about anything else. It's not the fastest of patterns, but it's one you like to see. Does not look like Luiz is going for Icy Hot. Not seeing anybody going for Icy Hot in this race. A little disappointed by that. There's a little bit of a strat you can do with jumping right into the ostrich's face, hitting him with a crystal before you use the Shoryuken. Let's be honest, I just like the name Icy Hot. He's having a little trouble with that climb. That's not going to be enough to make the difference, but you never know. So Luiz actually not able to get that first shot there. So he did have to use his second sub-tank. Fortunately, he did have a little bit in a second sub-tank, so he could use a small tank instead of his big one. But that's still something you got to look out for. That's health he does not have for later. We'll see if he collects any small drops here, and it looks like he's going to do exactly that. A little bit of an insurance policy in sub-tank number 2. So Luiz into the Gator fight that we've all been looking forward to as Justin takes out the larval phase of Morph Moth with no problem. Luiz is not able to take out the Gator, and just watch how long this takes on this dive. And he can't get him on this. He couldn't get him on the second attempt, gets him on the third. I'm left wondering how he didn't get hit there. I guess you can buffer that thing. Trogdor is going to say something about how it worked out in chat. But oh my god. Luiz somehow saving it. So Justin getting a chunk of time back. And again with this snail fight, Luiz just can't seem to get it. Justin's going to come to the snail fight, see if he can claim these 2 or 3 seconds as well. If we assume that this is the last refight for both, the screen fades out on the snail at 31:20 for Luiz. Justin also not able to get an early hit, but does take out the snail. He's probably going to be out at 45. Meanwhile, Luiz is in the final stage. A semi-final victory and a ticket to play Trogdor in the final is right here before him. That said, we know he has a little bit he has a small tank and a big tank, so he can take some hits. He'd obviously rather not take any hits. And it looks like he's about at the same spot on the floor he was last race with the Bro Fist. Just incredible getting hit by the final boss of the game, Barrier Attacker. Gets a health drop, gets hit again by the next sentry, gets a health drop from that and is moving forward. Meanwhile, Luiz has gotten 2 Shoryus off on 0. 2 more life meters between Luiz and victory. Now, Wolverine Sigma is probably the biggest troll in this game as Luiz just misses that jump down there. You don't want to see pink balls. You don't want to see lightning. You want Sigma to just be a chump and jump up. Justin is through 0. No trouble for him there. Sigma with the good RNG. That was really the last threat for Luiz, especially with his sub-tanks. He should be able to get as many Shoryukens off on the virus as he needs. Just Incredible coming down to fight the Wolverine. Will that fight even start before Luiz is over, though? Luiz with the one-hitter. RaceBot reporting in a 33-25 as Justin punches Wolverine Sigma in the face. But it doesn't matter. Luiz is off to the finals of the Mega Man X2 tournament to play Trogdor. Justin has a date with Colonel Fatso in the 3rd place match. Let's see if he can still cut the 34 here. Easily. 33.50 on his timer. 33.52 in RaceBot. So about, not quite a 30-second win for Luiz in round 2. Still a solid game from both of them. Justin just having that bad luck. I think it was the Sergez fight where he really fell behind. Up until then, it was the Centipede. This win was built on Centipede and Sergez. Wheelgator doing his best to bring Just Incredible back into things, but Luiz was going to have none of it with that buffered Shoryu. Just Incredible just saying he tried. So congratulations to Luiz. We're going to ask them in the race chat if either one wants to pop in here. I hear we're going to have a visitor in a few moments. Justin now joining Luiz, watching the sun come up over the horizon. Yeah, solid races. Justin really, in both races, didn't make any serious mistakes at all. Luiz was just having the cleaner movement both times. And as you could see, that lead growing like 1 or 2 seconds every stage as we went along. And I think we have Justin here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Dude. Good job keeping up with Luiz as much as you could there.
Yeah, it was that second race there was looking pretty good until Centipede just got me. I don't know.
I was just saying, the Centipede and Sergez is basically the story of that race.
Yeah, that was the only 2 flaws. Everything else was pretty solid. A little bit of execution errors in Counter Hunter 1. But other than that, like, I was pretty happy with that. I got the Gator Shoryu. I got the frame perfect Moss Shoryu both times. So it was a good race. Congrats to Luiz. I tried. Like I said I would. I tried. But he's just too good. What can I say?
You're mentioning Counter Hunter 1. Luiz, I think, actually had a wall start to close in on him in Counter Hunter 1.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. I think you actually had the better Counter Hunter 1 both times.
Really? That's unusual, but okay.
He probably had the better movement in the stage, and except for that one bit. And yeah. I don't know if you were watching his stream at all during the race.
I was watching the channel, but I couldn't really watch it much. Since it's off sync by probably about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Luiz did have some Gator problems in the second refight.
Yeah, I saw that. He got the save. He got the Akuma 1-frame link to save the Gator fight, which was pretty sick.
Well, that was after one dive too.
Yeah, if he didn't get that, then it was going to be a little bit closer. But he got the Shoryu, and that was like, well, he's got it. But I was kind of resigned to my fate once Sergey's kind of did me in. But if you notice that I wasn't properly placed on that platform when the second phase began, so it was basically my fault. But I mean, the shots was just kept messing me up, and I just like, forget it. I'm just gonna stand on the front of him and just shoot the Sonic Slicers and just move on.
Yeah, can't blame you there. It's better to just keep moving than to keep going for something that's not going to work out.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I'm thinking back. Normally you think, all right, what happened, and yeah, we already hit it. Centipede. It was Centipede in the boss room without the tail that killed Mr. Body in this race.
Yeah, but that double God Sponge, when that happened, I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be hard. But I came in with a little bit to prove, and I hope I proved it.
I think you definitely did. You did not give Louise a chance to really relax. I think I saw maybe like 1 or 2 shots that he waited for less than 1 second to pass over that he probably would have done anyway.
Yeah.
But
my execution was a lot more solid in this second race than it was the first because I messed up a lot of things. So
yeah,
I was pretty happy with that.
So yeah, congrats on really pushing Louise as far as you could and making him earn it. Which really just leaves us with one question. Do you have any words for Colonel Fatso?
Don't be scared, man. Don't be scared. I'm not gonna be. I'm not afraid to get a little sand in my face. So we're just gonna have to see what happens. But I will say this: if he gets in my way, he's gonna get his face put in the sand.
Oh my!
No, it'll be a good race between us. Our PBs are 2 seconds apart. So, and our sum of best is basically even. So we're looking at an even Steven bronze medal match, and literally anything can happen there. So,
hopefully the RNG gods are with us there.
But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, Fatso had an unfortunate thing happened to him in his race yesterday. So we just have to play it out and see what happens. And GG's to whoever finishes first.
Yeah, I was glad Sigma cooperated with everybody tonight. It's like Sigma knew.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Louise done both races, I was like kind of relaxed at that point. I was like, all right, it's done. But I hung in there, so I'm pretty happy with how I played, and I hope everybody enjoyed the race.
Yeah, you have nothing to be ashamed of with those 2 performances.
I'm surprised I 33'd both times. I'm very surprised that even happened. That's not a common thing with me when I'm racing against other high-level runners.
Yeah, I mean, you brought your A game. You knew what you were up against, and I think you almost tricked yourself into playing well and taking all the pressure off just with all the Luis is going to win talk.
Yeah.
And you were able to show up and give it your best.
Now I just got to do this 2 more races, and then we can focus on X3 next month.
It's Colonel Fatso. You got to do it 4 more races.
We'll see about that.
And yeah, X3, is that starting in June?
June the 5th is when it's supposed to start. I will be at a marathon that following weekend. So I won't be able to start any matches probably till I get back from that. So, but other than that, I hope everyone's hyped for the X3 tournament.
Yep.
It's almost time.
Get ready for that in early June. Shout-outs to Buckeye Speed Bash, if that's what you're talking about.
Yep, that's the marathon, and you'll be there as well. So
that's what I'm told.
Yeah, that's what you're told. Hopefully the final match will be good between Louise and Trog. I'm sure it will be. They're like the two of the best players.
Trog is a god and a legend of Mega Man X games, and Louise is a god and a legend of Mega Man X games. So
yeah, I'll want to commentate that for sure. It'll be a good way to end the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that will just be a good one. Don't miss that match, and yeah, I'm sure we'll get the details out as soon as we have them.
I think I've seen at least 500 people watching this race and the last one. I'm sure there'll be at least 1,000 watching the final match.
All right, so that said, unless you had something else to add about these races.
No, I think I'm pretty much good. I don't think anyone has any other questions in chat that they would like to ask. If they want.
I want to see if is there any truth to the rumor that round 4 of any X2 race against Colonel Fatso is a no Shoryuken race?
No comment.
I don't think we have anything up next immediately. I think the next race was scheduled a little later just in case this one did go to 3 or 4 matches. But
4 matches. You thought I was going to go to 4 matches against Luis? Come on.
it's a possibility. Fiesel's in chat confirming it for me because I'm looking at the calendar and seeing it. Donkey Kong Country, I believe that's a Donkey Kong Country 1 any % all stages tournament, has a match coming up in about an hour and a half and 90 minutes. So that'll be 9 p.m. if you're on the East Coast, 6 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. So make sure you do follow the runners before you leave here today. I don't think we have their actual stream names on the screen right now. But we can get that up there in chat for you. Just Incredible FF99 and LuizMiguel. So definitely follow both of them. Shout outs to both of them for coming together to race this game potentially 3 times in a row. And thanks again to Fiesel for running the tech. I'm Mr. Cab. I think that's all I've got for right now on Speed Gaming. So we'll see you later in about 90 minutes with Donkey Kong Country.
Alrighty. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good evening. See you next time.